Right. Well, Parliament now still resolute that the suspensions of 6 EFF leaders, including Julius Malema, which would prevent them from attending this year's State of the Nation address, should be upheld. In papers filed in court responding to the EFF's latest last-ditch legal attempt seeking interim relief to allow the 6 affected MPs to attend President Cyril Ramaphosa's speech on Thursday. The National Assembly's chief legal advisor, Zureya Adekari, argues that suspending the suspension, even temporarily, would permanently undermine Parliament's authority. Our political reporter, Junior Khumalo, joins us now in studio. Junior, good afternoon to you. I suppose it's no surprise at all that this issue was going to come up just before the State of the Nation address on Thursday. What is Parliament saying?
Indeed, it's no surprise. We know that this is one of the key State of the Nation addresses for this administration because it's the last one for the 6th administration. But Parliament is actually challenging the EFF's last-ditch bid to actually be present at the State of the Nation address. According to Parliament, this will not allow Parliament to basically hold those offending MPs to account. They are saying that if an interim order is granted to the EFF, there is no telling whether these MPs are going to return, are going to be re-elected into the National Assembly should these elections go ahead. So if they don't uphold this suspension now, there is not going to be any accountability on the side of the EFF.
It says something about Parliament that we're talking about things that happened a year ago, and we still only now actually get this finding.
Indeed, because that's what the EFF is actually arguing. They're saying that they could have suspended them at any other month last year, even later they could suspend them in May or something like that. But why did they choose February? Because that's where the State of the Nation address is going to be held. And the EFF is saying this is basically prejudicial to them and also their constituency that actually voted for these MPs to represent them during the State of the Nation address.
Does anyone know what the plan is from the EFF if Julius Malema and the other 6 leaders aren't actually able to attend? Because there'll be several options open to him. One is he could still try, and I think none of us would be surprised if he were to try that. Secondly, he could still ask his members to do what he would have done, which is ask questions, sort of be accused of interruption, lead to some sort of disruption, and have what we've had several times. Or they could just boycott the whole thing.
We actually spoke to the EFF as national chairperson, Veronica Mentre, earlier today, and we asked her that question. And she says that they don't want to even consider this. According to them, they are confident of a victory tomorrow. It's an urgent application before the Western Cape High Court. So the judges will have to pass judgment basically tomorrow or the day after because the SONA is actually on Thursday. So there's that agency as well that the EFF has to prove whether it was a self-inflicted agency because they had time to actually go to court. The matter was actually thrown out of the courts last week because the EFF failed to file some of its documents on time. So there's that challenge as well that they need to first pass before they argue their merits in court.
There are various elements to all of this. I mean, for all political parties, being at the State of the Nation sort of matters. It's a useful place to be seen. There's lots of media attention. We'll all be there asking them questions. So, I mean, the EFF would want to be there. They would want their leaders to be there.
Indeed, they would definitely want their leaders, especially the president and the deputy president, because those are the 2 of the 6 that have been suspended. It is a year leading up to the general elections. So it is crucial for their leaders to be there and raise important issues or ask the president questions. We know that the president is going to deliver the State of the Nation address. The day after, these MPs have the right to ask him questions. So if they're not there, then it also poses a challenge for them to what questions are they going to ask afterwards as well. So it's also a big challenge for the EFF.
If I've got my timelines correct, we have the State of the Nation address on Thursday. We have various things happening on Friday. And then I think more political action from the EFF with the political manifesto launch pretty soon after that.
Indeed. On Friday, they have to ask the questions to the president following his delivery of the State of the Nation address. And then on a Saturday, the EFF is actually launching its manifesto in KwaZulu-Natal. We know that KwaZulu-Natal is going to be a very hotly contested province, given that the ANC hasn't been doing well in past elections there. The national and local government elections, the ANC has been declining in terms of electoral support. So the EFF would want to be at the SONA and then go to KZN and launch a successful manifesto there as well.